Ever feel like multicam editing your video podcast is more complicated than rocket science? Imagine pressing one button and bam, cameras are synced, layouts appear, and it practically edits itself. In this video, I'm going to show you how Descript's automatic multicam function can edit your video podcast in just minutes. Multicam is something that Descript does exceptionally well. It does it in a little bit of a different way than you might be used to in other programs. These files were recorded in Riverside. One thing I'm going to suggest to you all is that if you are doing anything with multicam, and they're coming specifically from Riverside, make sure you're using the constant frame rate versions of those files. These are very important because that is going to make sure that both of your sources are lined up. Okay. And then you import them. And then what it actually does is it turns it into one file that's already pre-synced. You can put in the names of each one of your participants in the recording. So it makes it really easy. So this is kind of right now looking like a traditional Descript recording, right? But we can actually use Underlord to do some work for us when it comes to multicam. Okay. So right over here, there's a button. Let me see if I can zoom in on this here. All right. So right over here, automatic multicam. If we click this, okay, we have a couple options here. So we can choose how we want our multicam set up. We can do cutaways if we want to. Maybe you want reaction shots or something. So this can all be customized before we actually choose to make the multicam happen. Okay, so for this one, let's just do automatic. Just keep the stock settings. And then you can choose what your layout's going to be. Now, this is really neat. This is really neat. Okay, so in here, you can choose the style of layout that you want your multicam to be. Okay, so you can do multicam with just full screen, multicam with borders. These are all built into Descript, which is really neat. For our purpose, though, I'm going to just stick with kind of the stock multicam, no borders, just because I think it looks the cleanest. And what's nice about this is you have some pre-built layouts. And layouts are really important once we actually activate the multicam. We'll hit submit. Now it's going to work. It's going to go through, and it is automatically done the heavy lifting for us of making our cameras switch. This is so cool. Now, what has multicam actually done? Over here off to the side, it's created what are called scenes. Okay. So what we had at the top was just one scene, one clip. I like to think of it as like one shot, okay? And you can tell what scene is what because as I highlight them, they're kind of showing up here. So like if we move our playhead down, we can see at the top we're in scene 1. Then we move to scene 2, scene 3, scene 4, right at the top here. These are in essence the different shots of your multicam. And while multicam does a decent job automatically, you're going to run into issues where you're like, well, maybe I don't want, say, a one shot here or a two shot here. Maybe I want it to be, you know, a solo shot on Trish and a solo shot on Karen, right? And all these it's doing is it's using the layouts that we picked to kind of formulate these. I'm going to use this as an example here. I can see that we've got a good solo on Trish, but we don't really have a solo on Karen. So I might want to create a solo shot for Karen, okay? It's not that hard. Let's just take this one, for instance, here, okay? So what we can do is we can actually select Trish, delete, and then adjust Karen to be solo.
That's so easy.
It's so easy, and it's so cool because here's the great thing. If at any time in my podcast that I want to then take this solo shot and reuse its layout, all I have to do is right-click, choose Copy Layout, come down to that scene, right-click, paste layout. Boom. Automatically, we've got that camera layout. Okay? It's really, really cool.